Right now, right now. 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 Oh, I got a real good feeling.
We try to bring you high-quality educational and informational content every single day. Why do you think the price is having such an anemic time? The news story of the hour. Jump onto the chart. Is this the beginning of a massive financial unraveling? We gotta add a little addendum to the show map today, and so we start here on the daily. Now, we've been looking at the RSI on Bitcoin's daily chart for the last several days. It always has been, but it's been increasing over the last 50 years since the government. Hey guys, what's going on? Jebb here, and welcome back to Coffee and Crypto Live. This is your week daily morning show where we bring you the latest in Bitcoin and cryptocurrency, technical, on-chain, and fundamental analysis. And in today's episode of Coffee and Crypto, we are going to be talking about the key, critical, vastly, incredibly important level of $22,808 on Bitcoin. You might be wondering, but Jebb, where does that number come from? Did you just make that up for an interesting title? No. It is an interesting title, but I didn't just make that number up. That's actually a very important level of resistance that Bitcoin is just a few dozen dollars shy of right now. That Bitcoin set as a level of resistance several months ago. And in my opinion, if Bitcoin is able to break back above that level, then Bitcoin just maybe, just maybe, might actually be able to resume the rally. You see, quite a lot has changed on this chart of Bitcoin over the last couple of days, even just over the last 12 hours or so. We've seen a major shift in the way that Bitcoin is operating. And so we need to pay very close attention to the developments that we're seeing on that chart. So that's what we're going to be diving into in a lot of excruciating detail today, are the technical indicators, technical factors going into that chart. And then I also have a pretty funny article from Cointelegraph that I think you guys will find interesting. But guys, before we get into it, I just want to let you know that, and I know I say this a lot on stream, and I know you haven't seen a lot of it yet, but it's coming. I have so many cool ideas for what we can do with Coffee and Crypto, and with the channel, and with afternoon content, and with pre-record videos, and with Club DeFi and whatnot. So we're kind of rolling things out as we are able to. And like I have told you before, the next thing that we're rolling out is the relaunch of Club DeFi. Now, it's not going to look a whole lot like what it looked like before. It's going to be launching on Teachable, which is, I don't know if that's a detail I've actually told you guys, but it will be launching on Teachable. Club DeFi will be a collection of different courses that will be purchasable with a one-time purchase payment, and you will have access to that course for as long as Club DeFi is around. And Club DeFi will be coming back with principles of technical analysis coming Monday. And then over the next several months, contingent on what, when the baby comes, if she comes early or later or whatever, then I will be working very diligently to update the other courses so that we can roll out principles of trading, principles of on-chain, and then I'm also going to want to go ahead and create a principles of investing in the future. Now, that's not a promised course. I'm not promising any other courses besides those three, but as far as I think that will be the direction, I think we probably will go into like a principles of a principles of investing. And then there's just a lot of different things I want to do in there. I want to teach you guys as much as I possibly can about crypto, because I've got so much random information up here in my head from doing this professionally for nearly 6 years now that I want to bestow as much of it on you as I possibly can, because being able to fall back on the knowledge that I've accrued over my half a decade career here in the cryptocurrency markets and being in cryptocurrency education, that is something that I want to help you to be able to have, because it is an incredibly powerful and helpful resource so that you are able to understand cryptocurrency markets, and I would like for you guys to understand as much of it as you possibly can. Awesome. So let's go ahead and read some chat. Thank you guys, by the way, for tuning in. Let's see if we can't get the likes up to 100 likes. Really appreciate all of the support there. We got Sean O'Brien in chat. Who was first? Shout out to you, Sean O'Brien. Thank you so very much. We've got Chris Moe in chat as well. Said woot woot indeed. Cupcake G said not first. Winky frowny face. That's okay. I'll give you a shout out anyway. Rock and Metal News said, hey Jebb. Why hello, Rock and Metal News. Crypto Jebb said, I got a real good feeling. Oh, hi, that's me. I have a real good feeling. I am very excited. You know, one of the developments in our life recently is that Sarah and I, and by the way, I am sorry, I'm catching a cold again. My son is just so generous. He loves to bring his germs home from preschool and give them to me. I am catching something, but hopefully it won't be transmissible through the microphone here. But one of the things I'm really excited about in our personal life is that we are now going to the gym again 5 days a week, and I am so stoked. I am so, how would you say, pumped. I'm so excited because I love the gym. It makes me feel so good. It is natural coffee for me, and I am just... Man, I'm just excited about life right now. There's so much opportunity. There's so many different things to look forward to. I'm really looking forward to watching our family grow and our daughter being here and growing the channel and growing in financial sovereignty with you guys. I've just got so many ideas, and I hope it's contagious because I want you guys to maybe not catch the cold from me, but I want you to catch the real good feeling that I have because I really do feel great. And, you know, that's not to say that there aren't times where we can get discouraged. The Lord tells us, do not be discouraged. Do not be afraid, for the Lord your God will be with you wherever you go. That's Joshua 1:9. I'm paraphrasing. But he tells us, don't be discouraged. Trust in me. And while there are times that it is tempting to get discouraged, and believe me, there have been plenty of times lately that it has been tempting to be discouraged, I choose from this day forward and through every day forward to trust in God and to have a good attitude and to be excited about the future because that's what he wants for us. He wants us to have hope because he is our blessed hope. We have also got Blint in chat said, good morning, Bulls. Oh my said, hi, good morning. Hope everyone has a good day. Hashtag FinSov. Absolutely. Jojo in chat said, good morning at Crypto Jebb fans. Good morning to the Crypto Jebb fans as well. Mike Lowry said, I don't know if it's on my end, but your lips aren't syncing with your voice. Thank you. Let's see really quickly here. Check. 1, 2, 3. Alpha Bravo Miker. Okay, I can't really... it does look like it, doesn't it? It does look a little bit like I'm a little bit out of sync. I can go ahead and edit that. Let me try and edit here just a little bit. Add maybe 50 milliseconds of delay. Check. Nope, that's in the wrong direction. We need to add. I can't add negative. Yeah, that's interesting. My mic is ahead of this. Let's see if I can add a delay. I will have to look into that on a little bit later. I do see what you're talking about, though. I am a little bit lagging. I actually think I know what that might be. I will have to run some tests on that. Hopefully it won't be too much of a distraction for you. Andy D said, looks fine to me. I've been doing this for a while, so I can tell you that I think he actually is right. At least it kind of looks like it to me. So we'll look into that after everything. I'm making a big cup of gem right now, Sean Galt said. There you go. Andy D said, hey, Jebb. Crypto Mini Bikes in chat. How about talking/teaching about on and off ramping? That is a great idea for a course video. That is a great idea for a course video. And that's what I want to do, is I want to be able to bring you guys some high-quality educational content over there in Club DeFi, and that's going to be my platform where I can just pour my brain full of information into highly edited, really well-researched course content so that you guys can just consume information. All right. Let's do it. Let's go ahead and get CoinMarketCap up here. I forgot to bring it up. There we go. Look at me. I'm so prepared. Well, we can see right now that Bitcoin is trading at $22,723 and change. We're currently sitting at a $440 billion market capitalization. Ethereum is down about 0.33% in the last 1 hour, sitting at around $1,600, sitting at nearly $200 billion. I say this quite often, and I will say it again and again and again until every single one of you understands it. Bitcoin is down, and it is theoretically in a bear market. Maybe it's an accumulation phase. Maybe it's in the beginning of a bull market. We'll talk about that in a second. But quite simply, Bitcoin is vastly less valuable as far as price than it was at the previous all-time high. And yet, it is still worth $440 billion. Ethereum is still worth nearly billion dollars. Let's just keep that in mind. Let's just keep in mind the immense valuations that we are still dealing with here. These are huge values. This right here, these two cryptocurrencies alone, make up the entire United States military's national budget. The defense budget, if I remember correctly, is sitting right around $650 to $700 billion. Bitcoin and Ethereum makes up the amount of market capitalization that the United States military, which employs 3 million people, one of the largest employers on the planet, that makes up the first and second largest air forces in the world, that's how much money they use in a year, and they are vastly inefficient with that money. I mean, come on, holy cow. Have you seen some of the things that the military does with their money? And they could survive for a year on Bitcoin and cryptocurrency. Bitcoin, if it were a company, would be one of the most valuable companies on planet Earth. And yet, people are thinking, oh, man, Bitcoin's so low on value. Let's not worry too much about that. Let's look to things that are ahead and have some hope, shall we? Tether sitting at $69.5 billion in market capitalization. Binance Coin surprisingly doing relatively well over the last week, even considering the FUD around BUSD. We've got BUSD sitting here at $14.7 billion in market capitalization. Watch out for that to potentially be moving to the downside. I would not recommend you putting your cryptocurrency gains or your losses or whatever into the Binance stablecoin right now, as Paxos has come out and said that they are going to stop issuing new BUSD, which means that it will slowly but surely kind of go offline if you give it enough time. Cardano's looking pretty good, sitting at 39 cents. We love to see it. Matic looking pretty solid, sitting at $1.27. Solana sitting at $22. Sheeb sitting in 17 Sheaves is a negative 4 places removed from the decimal. DAI is looking pretty stable at $5.2 billion. Wrap Bitcoin not far enough down. We've got Algorand sitting at a quarter. We've got VeChain doing pretty well. Not doing great over the last 7 days, but it is up over the last 24 hours. We like to see that. In general, the cryptocurrency market is largely kind of moving sideways, but something exciting is happening on Bitcoin, and I can show you that right here. Over the last 24 hours or so, and it's strange that it's not really showing it here on CoinMarketCap. Well, it is actually. It's up 2%. I see what happened. CoinMarketCap changed my layout here. I didn't want 1 hour. I wanted the 90-day and year-to-date. Looks like that got reset on me. Maybe it's because I'm on a new computer. I like to have 24-hour, 7-day, 90-day, and year-to-date pulled up on CoinMarketCap. If you don't know, you can come over here to Customize, hit Customize here, and then you can go ahead and turn those on, and then bring those up there. For some reason, it's not cooperating. Aha. No, we want to bring it right there, and then year-to-date, bring it right there. There we go. You can see that the 90-day and the year-to-date, that's what I was looking for. Bitcoin is up 2% over the last 24 hours. Ethereum up 1% over the last 24 hours. I think I may have said that they were down over the last 24 hours, but that was the 1 hour chart. Anyway, over the last 24 hours, you can see that Bitcoin has been doing pretty well. It has actually rallied up to and broken through that level that we're going to talk about today. In just the last few hours. It's currently rejecting from that, but not with a lot of strength. It's not like the bears are coming in with a ton of power, at least yet. They might, and there is some volatility going on even as we speak right now. But at the moment, it looks like Bitcoin is actually more or less painting a bull flag. So we have to back up and kind of get our perspective on what Bitcoin is doing. Let's remember what's transpired so far this year. At the beginning of this year, Bitcoin on New Year's Day was sitting at $16,500. That was one of the major local lows that Bitcoin had witnessed. Let's go ahead and switch my screen here. That was one of the major local lows that Bitcoin had witnessed for some time. Ever since then, we saw a few things transpire that were very bullish. We saw the S&P 500 and we saw the Dixie moving in a direction that was very conducive to the growth of Bitcoin. The Dixie was moving down. The S&P 500 was moving up. That is something that you very much want to see if you're going to watch Bitcoin go through a major rally because, and this is something that we've talked about quite a bit, Bitcoin largely moves in direct correlation, positive correlation to the stock market, the SPY. Whichever direction the SPY is moving, the DJI is moving, generally Bitcoin is moving in that direction. Now, on the flip side, Bitcoin is generally also moving in the opposite direction of the of the Dixie, that being the dollar currency index. Now, the tricky thing here is, back during the first couple of weeks of January, the Dixie was plummeting and the SPY was skyrocketing. On top of that, coming here about the 12th of January, we saw a very bullish CPI report where CPI came back at 0.6% lower than what it had at the previous month. In the December print, we were looking at 7.1%. In the January print, we were looking at 6.5%, which was a 0.6% decline. Now we've only seen a 6.5%. Now we've only seen a 0.1% decline. So that wasn't anywhere near as bullish. We had a perfect storm of factors coming in that led Bitcoin through one of the largest rallies that it has seen in recent memory. The tricky thing is right now those factors have changed. Instead of Bitcoin going through a major break to the upside because the SPY is moving up and the Dixie's going down, instead right now Bitcoin's having to contend with a underperforming CPI print. We only saw a 0.1% drop on CPI. That was not what we were hoping for. We were hoping that we would see at least a 0.3% drop on CPI, but frankly, when you see a 0.6% drop on CPI and then you see a 0.1% drop on CPI, you have to start asking yourself the question, are we really going to be able to warrant any more drops? Because that trend kind of looks like it's bottomed out. It looks like inflation could potentially go up next month. That's very possible, and the reason for that is complicated, but a big part of it being that the majority of the inflation that was above 6% took place over 12 months ago now. So now that inflation data has fallen off, and inflation has kind of slowed down to this general 6% uptrend that we're seeing. Over the last 12 months, that's kind of the average. We've seen about 6% inflation over the last 12 monthly changes. Now that 13, 14, 15-month data has dropped off over the last 1, 2, and 3 months. Now the inflation data is not slowing down quite as much. We're going to have to see another shift in the economy, not just a shift that we saw a year ago, but now we're going to have to see another shift towards not necessarily deflation, but certainly deflation in some sectors, such as the used car market, energy, commodities, natural gas piped, electricity, etc. But we're also going to have to see the stabilization of the food market, of the food portion of CPI. So CPI came back, and it was not at all what we were hoping for. We saw the SPY going down. We saw the Dixie going up. All three of those being negative correlation, negative factors for the price of Bitcoin. And on top of that, we saw Gary Gensler's Securities and Exchange Commission launch an absolute open war on crypto by breaking up the staking program over on Kraken and forcing Kraken to pay $30 million to the Securities and Exchange Commission in fines rather than paying it back to the customers that they earned it from. We have a mafia running some of our regulatory governing bodies. But also, on top of that, we have now seen that the Securities and Exchange Commission has come for the stable coins. An example here would be the Paxos stablecoin and the Paxos created BUSD. That's a big problem because Paxos' stablecoin and BUSD account for a huge amount of market capitalization. We're talking over $15 billion. We're talking over 1% of all of cryptocurrency's valuation is stored in those two stablecoins, nearly 2% of it. That's a big problem because if the Securities and Exchange Commission is coming for the stablecoin issuers, then that means that one of the sectors of the entire cryptocurrency market, the stablecoins, which make up about 13% of market dominance and are integral to the functionality of the cryptocurrency markets, seems like the SEC is coming for them. So Bitcoin has kind of in January, Bitcoin had a perfect storm of bullish factors pushing it to the upside. Right now, Bitcoin has a perfect storm of bearish factors that would be pushing it to the downside. However, if you remember to the last couple of streams, we've talked about how $21,500 is a very important level of support. And so far, interestingly, Bitcoin has actually held it. Now, here's the problem. Bitcoin had a downtrending level of resistance right here that it was going to have to contend with. It actually broke bullish above that overnight. Not only did it break above that level, it broke above that level with quite a bit of strength. We broke $500 above that level, in fact, which led Bitcoin back up to that level of resistance that we're going to speak on here in a little bit at $22,808. That is a very important level and one that we want to see Bitcoin break above. But not only has Bitcoin gone through a rally, Bitcoin has also set Lux Algo in a very interesting direction. Looking here at Lux Algo on the hourly chart, you can see that we are very clearly in a confirmed strong uptrend. Not only are we in an uptrend, we have also seen that the EQ cloud has turned bullish just ever since the live stream yesterday. If you'll remember, the live stream yesterday was taking place right here. We weren't really sure whether or not Bitcoin was going to be able to go through a major rally or not from there, but we definitely knew that Bitcoin was attempting something because of that big break to the upside following the CPI data drop. Seems like we've seen some bullishness on the CPI data drop, even though the drop of the CPI was not as bullish as we would have liked our data to be. Hopefully you can track with me. But in doing so, we did break into the reversal zone. Then overnight, we did break right up into the reversal zone again. And in just the last 4 or 5 hours, Bitcoin has run half $1,000 and done very well for itself. Now, looking out to the 4-hourly chart, because the 1-hour chart obviously looks very good. On the 4-hourly chart, we had a confirmed sell signal. We had a confirmed strong sell signal right here, sitting at 1900 hours on the 8th of February 2023. That sell signal was then confirmed about 16 short hours later at 7 a.m. on February the 9th, which was last Thursday. That confirmed sell signal came into play right here. The very next candlestick, Bitcoin dropped nearly $600. For anybody who doesn't think Lux Algo works, Exhibit A. You can get it with the link in the description box down below. Use coupon code Jebb, J-E-B-B, for 20% off at checkout. It is phenomenal. From there, however, Bitcoin had continued moving into a downtrend. And we did have a buy signal, but it wasn't to be. Right after the buy signal, we saw a pretty large red candlestick, and we never saw a trend catcher confirmation, of course, so we ended up continuing to the downside. The strong sell signal came in, but then yesterday, and this is where we were hoping that there would be some, well, hope, we saw a buy signal come in on the 4-hourly chart, but as I told you yesterday during the live stream, Bitcoin had not, as of yet, confirmed trend catcher green. And also, it was very possible that we could have broken bearish right here off the bottom of the EQ cloud. But if you'll remember, on the daily chart, I also talked about how whenever Bitcoin goes into the EQ cloud, if it breaks into it a little bit, a lot of times it gets sucked all the way to the opposite side. It's almost like you get sucked into a rip current or something. That's essentially what's happened here, except in the bullish direction rather than the bearish. Bitcoin broke briefly into the EQ cloud just about 7 hours ago at about 3 a.m., Then the trend catcher turned green, making this a confirmed buy signal, and then we skyrocketed right up here to the opposite side of the EQ cloud. Guys, Lux Algo is incredible, and if you don't have it, you are missing out. It is so easy. I don't even have to sell that. I just show you what it does. It sells it. It's an incredible indicator. You need it. Links in the description box down below. The EQ cloud here has been very helpful in showing that, look, we broke through a little bit of it. Boom, we went right to the opposite side of it. A lot of times you don't kind of trade sideways in the EQ cloud. If you're in a trend, you will end up breaking straight through it, and that's what we've seen happen here. So the question now becomes, can this buy signal allow us to break through the opposite side here of the EQ cloud and through this level at $22,800? That is the question on the board right now. And I do think the answer is a definite maybe, but we will talk about what that answer is here in a little while. There are a multitude of reasons why I believe that the answer may be yes. But let's go ahead and come out to full screen, and we will take a look at chat. Want to catch up with you guys in chat. We've got 500 people watching right now concurrent. Thank you so very much for tuning in. This is your #1 technical analysis show for cryptocurrencies on YouTube. If you're trying to learn more about chart reading, this is the place to be. If you're trying to learn more about how to build your financial sovereignty, that being your control over your finances rather than your finances controlling you, this is also the #1 place on YouTube to be. So let's go ahead and read some chat. I sound like a movie announcer right now because my voice is getting a little bit raw. Daz Meekin in chat. What's up? Daz said, a good time to short BUSD. I would be careful about shorting a stable coin. Can you even short a stable coin? Maybe that's a dumb question. I'm not exactly sure who's going to give you the ability to short BUSD. I doubt that Binance would give you the ability to short BUSD, and that's typically where a lot of the trading is going on. I don't know if BUSD is going to do that well, but if BUSD is set up correctly, it's not going to depeg. It would just slowly but surely get less and less on market capitalization, but it would stay at $1. It should continue to be functional. It just wouldn't be able to grow anymore because they stopped issuing new BUSD. Colin McDonald in chat said, hey, people, going well, I hope. Yes, indeed. I'm doing pretty well. Hopefully all of you guys are as well. The Class Guy T guy in chat said, smash the like button. Yes, please. Thank you so much. Jat Dadanda said, congratulations to Ukraine for a well-organized retreat. Thoughts and prayers for the nation of Ukraine, and Russia for that matter, but especially for the nation of Ukraine. Cardonian said, Jebb, you're the man. Thank you. Maybe he means BNB. Maybe. Could be a time to short BNB. Not sure I would go that far just yet. This is not something that's come against BNB, at least as of yet. Let's see. Good morning, Jebb. Blessings to all the philosopher in chat. We have some very dedicated fans in chat. Thank you so much, the philosopher. Really appreciate your continued support and for being a member of the Jebbi Council for so long. Is he late or do I need to refresh? Who cares? Said. No, we're here. If you can't see me, then then maybe you won't know I'm saying that, but we're here. Dr. Fuzzy Eyeball in chat said voices in sync for me. Okay, good. Shannon Sharp in chat said, morning, y'all. Good morning. Good morning. When people said good morning and God bless Jebb et al. Et al? Not sure what you mean. I'm making a big cup of Jim right now. Yep. The family's stuck in all this mess. Yes, that's the biggest travesty right now, are all the millions of civilians that are caught in the crossfire between two nations. It's a very, very sad thing. Can you do some teaching videos on ADA DeFi? Potentially. That's something I am open to, is making videos on specific cryptocurrencies. As you guys know, we have never and will never take any cryptocurrency sponsorships, so that's a very important thing. But one of the things that would be a little bit concerning to me is the idea of, I'm not saying it's something I won't do, but I would want to make sure that you guys would be okay with me teaching on certain cryptocurrencies in a paid course like that. Extend the second upper blue line streak and break that, and away we go. Crypto Jebb, do you still think ADA is a good investment? Yes, I do think ADA is a good investment. I would keep no more than 20% of your portfolio in it personally. The reason I say that is because Cardano obviously is a contender for the top decentralized application blockchain where Ethereum currently sits. So it is the runner-up. It probably won't always be that way. Cardano is a very, very good project. That being said, you do want to make sure you're not being too risky because you want to guarantee some profits. And investing in Ethereum, I do think, will make you some money. I don't think Cardano is ever going to replace Ethereum, but it could definitely dethrone it. Okay, let's keep going here. So, the thing that we need to talk about here today would be this level of $22,808 as discussed in the title. Where does this level come from? Well, quite simply, this level comes from a theory that I have that there are three corresponding levels of support and resistance on Bitcoin, the total market capitalization charts, and on Ethereum. And I will show you what all of them are right now just by cleaning up these charts a little bit. Ethereum, Bitcoin, and total cryptocurrency market capitalizations chart are the things that are driving Bitcoin right now. And there are three major levels here that I think are playing critical roles at the moment. And you can see them right here. I'm just going to kind of remove everything except these three levels. You can see the three levels showing up here on total, on Ethereum, and I'm deleting some very important trend lines. I'll show you those in a minute. But you can see on Bitcoin, on total, and on Ethereum. Blue means support, red means resistance. Very simple nomenclature there. You can see that there are three levels. Where do they come from? Well, the bottom of the three levels comes from the pre-FTX local high that on Bitcoin sits around $21,500. On the total market capitalization charts, that sits around $1,030 billion. And on Ethereum, that sits at $1,673 and change. Now, going back to our next level, the next level, and this is the one that we're talking about today, on Bitcoin is $22,808. That is this local high that was set on the 13th of September 2022. The corresponding level on the total cryptocurrency market capitalization charts on the 13th of September is $1,050 billion, another very important level. On Ethereum, that is sitting at $1,790. Now, going back to Bitcoin, our third level here is the local high that was set on the 15th of August, 2022. That is, give or take, 6 months ago. That on Bitcoin is $25,200. On the total cryptocurrency market capitalization charts, that is $1,177 billion. And on Ethereum, it is sitting at $2,026. Of these 9 levels, our three markets are only above one of them, and that would be Bitcoin being above the pre-FTX highs. Total cryptocurrency market capitalization is still, right now anyway, below pre-FTX highs and pre-FTX collapse highs, and Ethereum most certainly is as well. The reason that I say $22,808 is so critically important is multifaceted. If we see Bitcoin breaking above $22,800, $808, then that does a couple of things. First and foremost, that means that our markets are above 2 of those levels, not just 1. That would be 2 out of 9. I want to see all 9 of those broken across the 3 different charts. 3 on 3, 3 levels on 3 different charts, all 3 of them broken, and then I'll be more interested in calling a bull market. We're not there yet. But if Bitcoin would break above $22,800, then that would potentially bring the total cryptocurrency market capitalization charts back up to $1,030 billion, because that probably would add $10 to $30 billion in market capitalization, and that could put total on pace towards setting new local highs as well. It would probably send Ethereum back up here, knocking on 1670, which is its pre-FTX local high set on the 4th of November, 2022. Remember the 4th of November. I know. It's not the 4th, but the rhyme still works. We would like to see Ethereum breaking above that local high, because, again, if Bitcoin and Ethereum are both moving up, then that is going to force the total cryptocurrency market capitalizations to move up, because total is an aggregated how should we say, chart index of the market capitalizations of all of the cryptocurrencies, Bitcoin and Ethereum being the 2 largest. So if Bitcoin is able to break above 22,808, that will likely send Ethereum into a rally as well. That would have a knock-on effect on Ethereum, in that it would probably lead Ethereum to breaking this uptrending level of support right here. This is the predominant uptrending level of support on Ethereum right now, and one that you definitely want to be paying quite a bit of attention to. You can see that it extends all the way back to this local high set on the 30th of November of last year, and corresponds to multiple local lows that we've witnessed, and it is also the current level of resistance that Ethereum is struggling to get through. If Bitcoin broke 22,808, Ethereum would likely at least break this uptrending level of resistance, getting above $1,600, and then it would enter back into what would essentially be an ascending triangle pattern. And then if we had an ascending triangle pattern following this uptrending level of resistance, then boom, you extrapolate here, and then that gives you a price target of $1,850. That allows for Ethereum to break both of its bottom 2 levels of resistance. That would be something that would take place if, and pretty much only if, in my opinion, Bitcoin were to break 22,808. Even if Bitcoin wasn't the one that caused that movement on Ethereum, those 2 things would be correlated. So unless you see 22,808 broken concretely, really going up to about 23,000 to lock it in, you're probably not going to see Ethereum breaking above that level of resistance, especially considering the level of resistance is running away from Ethereum, getting higher and higher every single hour. Now, again, if Ethereum were to break above that uptrending level of resistance, then that would potentially give Bitcoin a little bit more juice. Now, Bitcoin is already above one of its levels of resistance, so the next levels that it needs to be looking at are not so much levels of resistance, but they are more likely to be VPVR and Lux Algo and moving average related. Getting above 22,808 would likely send Bitcoin up here knocking on the reversal zone. If Bitcoin was knocking on the reversal zone, that would be the first time that it's done so since back here at the beginning of January. Knocking on the reversal zone would be a wonderful thing, because if we did that, then that would probably force MACD on daily chart for Bitcoin to go ahead and converge bullish on itself, have a bullish cross, and then it would also likely cause RSI here to break above its 14-day average. I believe that's a 14-day average. Yes, it's a 14-day average here on RSI, meaning that RSI would be concretely back in an uptrend. It's likely to do that anyway. So is MACD, but getting above 22,808 would more than likely lock in both of those movements. RSI would be in bullish territory, very bullish territory, and MACD on daily chart would be reset at new local levels, and it would lock that in as well. On top of that, we would be, if Bitcoin broke 22,808, we would be confirming that this market is capable of bouncing off of $21,500 and establishing that as a level of support, which is based on the zone of support right beneath it that goes down to $18,800. We definitely don't want to see Bitcoin starting to break down into these levels, but if it does, it could be caught. But the ideal scenario here for the bulls would be if Bitcoin held $21,500. And one of the final reasons why it's so important that Bitcoin breaks 22,808 here is because if it does, then that pretty much invalidates the idea that Bitcoin is just painting a head and shoulders pattern here. It is still possible, however unlikely, but it is still possible that Bitcoin is painting a head and shoulders pattern right here, and right now we're drawing the right shoulder. If that takes place, the price target is going to be well into the EQ cloud. We're looking at least $19,000 or lower, which would likely be the bottom of the EQ cloud, which makes a lot of sense because if you remember to the 4-hourly chart, when you break through one side of the EQ cloud, a lot of times you just move straight to the opposite side. That's essentially what we'd be seeing on the daily chart if we reject from 22,808. Hopefully that makes some sense. What I'm saying is that $22,808 is kind of the key level that Bitcoin needs to breach or fail to breach to decide what our next movement in the market here is. If it can break 22,808 and then move up towards 23, go into a slight uptrend, wonderful, wunderbar. We see we see Bitcoin doing very, very well. We see Ethereum doing very, very well. Sarah's laughing at me. Whenever I get really excited about something, it reminds me of my son because I get really excited. I'm like, good job, Malachi. We have a son named Malachi. Then we would also probably see Ethereum doing very, very well. And then we see total cryptocurrency market capitalizations doing very, very well as well. If we don't break above 22,808, then we are much more likely to end up going through a correction and then potentially even coming back down and testing this uptrending level of support right here, causing the market to go into a downtrend, and then from there you would probably see the exact opposite happening. You would see Ethereum rejecting from this uptrending level of resistance, falling into the EQ cloud, and then cascading down here to the uptrending EQ cloud, sitting right here at 1360. However, the thing that gives me some hope here is that, one, right now Bitcoin is literally knocking on 22,808 at the very moment, but also Bitcoin is witnessing huge amounts of bearish sell pressure, and it's still moving to the upside. It's still going through an uptrend. It is still doing well, despite the fact that the Dixie is moving up when it needs to move down for Bitcoin to be in an uptrend, or it'd definitely be better if it was. Despite the fact that the SPY is having a correction, despite the fact that the CPI data was not exactly what we needed to see Bitcoin go into a rally, despite the fact that the market did not seem to respond in a bullish manner to the 25 basis points effective federal funds rate hike, which, by the way, there's another one coming towards the beginning of next month. Despite the fact that the Ukrainians and the Russians are still in war, and there is still quite a lot of drama there, despite the fact that there are all kinds of national security concerns nationally right now, with UFOs being shot down over the United States. Now, they're probably spy balloons from China, but we still don't really know what they are. Despite all of those different factors that don't exactly make a risk-on asset like Bitcoin look like the most appealing thing to invest in, and the fact, and this is probably the biggest fact right now, that the SEC is kind of growling at the cryptocurrency market, all the while Genesis is in bankruptcy, BlockFi is in bankruptcy, and FTX is in bankruptcy. Despite all of those factors, Bitcoin is still rallying. So that can either mean, one, the bulls are in a very dumb position and they're going to get wiped out, or it could mean that Bitcoin is just that bullish. It could mean that. And that's what I'm hoping for. I'm hoping that it just means that Bitcoin is just that bullish, that you can throw whatever you want at it and it's still going to go into an uptrend. That's where my heart is. That's definitely my hope. Of course, I don't know for certain, but what I can tell you is that 22,808 is a line in the sand, and depending on whether Bitcoin crosses it or not will determine much of the next couple of weeks. All right, let's go ahead and read some chat. CBD Suddy in chat said, "Good morning, Jebb. Late due to a doctor's appointment. Well, I hope everything went well there." Let's see. Best performing. Yes, good morning, CBD Suddy. Good morning, ITU. You should watch Charles Hoskinson's video on Kraken. It might change your perspective a little bit. I did see that video. I haven't had a chance to watch it, but I would be very interested to see it. Jebb is singing music to my ears. Really? Well, thank you. I do like to sing. Thoughts and prayers to all humans, bar none. Amen. Amen. Everybody needs a little prayer. Everybody needs some prayer. Yes, Jebb, do you still think ADA is a good investment? I do. I think I already answered that one, but yes, I do, Leon the Dutch. And by the way, shout out to you, Leon the Dutch. You've been a subscriber for a very long time. Thank you. Let's see, what else do we have in chat? Now's a great time to ask questions, guys. We're getting towards the end of the stream here, so this is a wonderful, wonderful time for you to ask questions. And tell me, do you enjoy the really... Let me ask this. Is TA heavy? Is a TA heavy showing your... All right, there you go. Is a TA heavy show your favorite format for coffee and crypto? There you go. Just joined. Hello, Jebb. How's your overall health other than economics? Well, good question. Thank you, Siobhan Golay, and welcome to the stream chat. Pretty well. I'm eating pretty well. I'm back in the gym, so I'm really excited about that. I am sick because my son likes to share all of his germs with me. Love him. Wish he'd keep those to himself, but it's okay. We'll forgive him. My wife isn't feeling the best because, of course, we're, tomorrow I think we'll be 31 weeks pregnant. We're going to have a newborn here in a couple of months, and I am so excited to meet her. But I am also looking forward to just Sarah feeling better. I think she'll feel better, physically when the baby's here, because pregnancy hits her really, 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 really hard. So I do think that it's I think things are on the up and up. But of course, it has been difficult. There have been difficulties over the last several months, just with the company and with work and with just a lot of the health things we've been dealing with. We've been dealing with a lot of health stuff the last year, unfortunately. But God's good. He's on the throne. And look, the wonderful thing about being a Christian is that you get to have this hope that when you die, you get to be with the Father in heaven if you believe and accept the saving power of Jesus Christ. And so whatever the world can throw at you, if that's your eternal perspective, if you have a true eternal perspective that, hey, you are going to get to be in heaven with your Father for eternity, no matter what happens on this earth, so long as you believe in Christ, then there's really not a lot of reason to lose hope, is there? Because this is your life, this is eternity. Actually, it's infinity. So, but, perspective. There's your life, here's eternity. And that's what my focus is on. Brent Whitson said, good morning. Good morning. Bitcoin Trini said, what's going on? What's going on, man? Good to see you. Glad to see you back every day, Jebb. Yes, I am glad to be back, and I'm also looking forward to hopefully being able to get some more content out here on the channel. I'm hoping that I won't just be doing live streams, but that I'll be doing more stuff on Twitter, that I'll be doing more stuff on Instagram, that I'll be doing more stuff on the YouTube channel. I'm trying to get so many things in order. We're trying to get our life in order for a newborn coming, while also trying to get our house in order for the newborn, while also trying to get Club DeFi in order for you, and we're stretched very thin right now. So I do apologize if things aren't moving quite as fast as you would like, but I am very excited about it. TA News and breaking down what the news means for us, how it will affect us. I prefer CNC to be the current format of mix between TA and news relevant to crypto. Yeah, I think I feel like I haven't been doing quite as much TA as I should be, because that's really my strength. I have the thing over there. I was voted the, best TA in crypto, something like that, by one of the blockchain awards. And you guys really love when I do technical analysis. I don't know what it is. You guys just really love when I do technical analysis. So I think I really need to make sure I'm doing about half the show at least with technical analysis. You guys can tell me if you agree. Siobhan Golay said, that looks good. Hope you stay strong after everything. Thank you. Phil C said, howdy, brother. What's up, everybody? Fafo for real said, good morning. Would you rather spend a year in jail or stay in jail till you solve a Rubik's Cube? That's a good question. Man, I feel like I would say the latter. I think if I had a year to sit in jail and figure out a Rubik's Cube, I could figure it out in less than a year. I know people that had like 7x7 Rubik's Cubes in high school, so I know what their answer would be. But I think that it would probably be try and solve the Rubik's Cube. But then again, what if something happened? What if you get paralyzed or something, you can't use your hands, then you're just stuck there for life. So I don't know. That's a hard one. All right. Indeed, your TA on the factors and points make me enjoy the market subjects, lol. Thank you. Can you remove the stickers? What stickers? I don't know what stickers you mean. All right. It's the clear, logical presentation. You and Jason Casper have the most direct explanations in the space. Well, thank you, and congratulations to Jason Casper. I'm not sure who that is, but congratulations to him. Jebb, I miss when you do TA on alts. Well, let's do some TA on alts. Go ahead, drop in chat. Go ahead and spam in the chat. What altcoin would you like me to do? Let's bring it back. 2-minute technicals on. What altcoin would you like some 2-minute technicals on? Someone takes the Rubik's Cube from you and breaks it. That's a good point. What happens if I lose the Rubik's Cube? I don't know. I would rather do neither. Is that an option? I'd rather do neither. Stickers on the Rubik's Cube. Oh, no. No. Oh, you're saying, can you remove them and then put it back on? There you go. That's a good point. All right, everybody's saying ADA. Man, you guys want to see some ADA. We've got some ADA fans in chat. Drop a 1 in chat if you want to see some more ADA content, because I could totally make some content where I am talking about Ada's development. How are you and your wife holding up? Praying for you both. Very, very busy and frankly quite tired, but we are very, very blessed at the same time. All right. It is dang near unanimous. People want to see Ada. So let's do some Cardano. You guys seem to love Cardano. I like some Cardano. We've interviewed Charles Hoskinson on the channel. For some reason, I don't know how it happened, but I turned into like one of the biggest channels for Cardano. I really like Cardano. So fair enough. I guess that's why. Anyway, let's take a look at Cardano here. So Cardano did something very, very special. It broke bullish out of its descending wedge. Excuse me, I'm so sorry. That had been spending the last 2 years developing. It broke bullish out of that ascending wedge, and it has done pretty well ever since then. Cardano has rallied substantially since it bottomed out back here around 24 cents on Friday, December the 30th. It was very, very low. And from there to the local high, Cardano rallied 71.43%. Not only that, Cardano has also rallied all the way up to 40 cents, which is a 65.61% rally in just 47 days. That is a larger proportional rally than what we've seen happen on Bitcoin, by the way. Bitcoin's rallied 48% from absolute bottom to absolute top of this rally, and currently it is up 40%. Ethereum has rallied from the bottom to top 46% and is currently up roughly 35%. Cardano, on the other hand, is still, even after all of this, it is still up 63%. So wonderful. That is something that we definitely like to see. I'm just going to go ahead and close out Dixie and SPY, and which is the other one? There we go, ETHUSD. So taking a look at a few things on Cardano, the first thing I'm going to want to do is look at our MACD and our RSI. And just as I suspected, MACD and RSI are looking at something a very similar setup that we're seeing on Bitcoin and on Ethereum. There is likely to be a bullish MACD cross coming in relatively soon, and there's also likely to be a bullish RSI break above its 14-day average relatively soon. Both of these things are positive correlated events that could take place right around the same time that would also correlate with positive events taking place on Bitcoin and on Ethereum. If Cardano does that, then it will also break through an important level of resistance at 40 cents. We can just go ahead and draw 40 cents as a level of resistance right here. It is more or less the zone of resistance that we've already tested before, and it made up very important support back here during the bear market going back to May of 2022 through July of 2022. The thing you have to keep in mind about Cardano is that it dropped way further than Bitcoin and Ethereum did, part of that being that its space is not as developed yet, but it's dropped 92.5%, whereas Bitcoin did not even drop 85%, and neither did Ethereum. Bitcoin and Ethereum didn't drop that far because they are more developed. They do have a larger space. They do have a larger community. They are larger cryptocurrencies that are more mature and more developed as far as time is concerned than Cardano. They have built more resistance in the past. They had not gone through such a massive rally. This was the first bull market that Cardano was really relevant. This was not the first bull market that Bitcoin and Ethereum were. The next bull market, I think Cardano is going to be able to have the same kind of gains that Ethereum did in the last bull market. And if you think I'm crazy, let me just show you what Ethereum did during the last bull market. It dropped in just moving straight to the downside, 95%. From there, because it had great tech and it was well adopted, it rallied 5,200%. Let me say that again. In 2.5 years, it rallied 5,200%. That is a 520x. Does that make sense? Okay. That is a huge, huge deal. I'm sorry, a 52x. That's a 52x, not a 520x. It's a 52x return from $80 to nearly $5,000. I think Cardano is on pace to do something very, very similar. I could definitely see Cardano going to $6 to $10 in the next 2.5 to 3, maybe 5 years. If it did that, that would be a multi-1,000% run. If Cardano rallied from where it is now to, let's call it, $5, that would be an 11x. That would be 1,180% return. Now, is that feasible? Well, let's just take a look at a couple of things. Cardano has a $13 billion market capitalization. However, it is a direct competitor to Ethereum, which is worth nearly 20 times as much, about 15 times as much Ethereum is worth. And Ethereum is also, keep in mind, down 66% from all-time high. Cardano has the ability to go to $100 billion very easily so long as the technology continues to develop and it gets adopted by large-scale Layer 2 decentralized applications and other kind of DEXs and other kind of utility features on Cardano, which I do think you will see take place as a result of its wonderful technology. Now, with all of that in mind, let's also look at Lux Algo, because you guys know I love Lux Algo. It is wonderful. There has been a very significant change in Lux Algo that we have not seen during this entire downtrend. Can you spot it? Do you see what it is? You can pause here. I'll quiz you. Do you see the significant change here? I'll just make it a little bit easier on you. Let's come in here and turn off a little bit of the Lux Algo. Can you see it now? Maybe I'll turn off a little bit more. Maybe then you'll see it. You probably already see it. But Lux Algo doesn't want to cooperate here. Or actually, that's not Lux Algo. That's TradingView not wanting to cooperate and let me manipulate these settings. Why is the settings not? Hang on. We're just gonna have to go to full screen really quickly here and refresh the page, because it seems like TradingView does not want to cooperate. Again, like I said, that's not Lux Algo. I'm pretty sure that's the TradingView API not wanting me to change the settings. Here we go. Going back to the chart, let's just turn off everything except one feature, which would be the EQ cloud. Take a look at this. The EQ cloud on Cardano gives us a very strong understanding of the trend. It has made a very substantial change in direction. You can see that it has turned bullish in a way that it has only done a couple of times, and these two times, I mean, come on, these are nothing burgers. This is nothing. These two turning bullish didn't really do a whole lot. This turning blue like this, that's a really big change. That's a really, really, really big shift in direction for Cardano. I'm not sure why it's not letting me change settings here. See, I can't change settings on anything. I think I'm getting a little bit of I think TradingView's got a little bit of a headache, and it's not really sure what to do to help me out here. Let's just go in and turn the rest of Lux Algo back on. Give me 1 second. Just have to refresh the page here. Turning the rest of Lux Algo back on, you can see that right now we are also under a confirmed buy signal. If you look, there's not a lot of confirmed buy signals in the history of Lux Algo and on Cardano in the last year and a half, and the ones that do show up are not very good. They're confirmed technically the way that I would confirm them, but they're not really substantiated, you might say, to use a different word. We see a buy signal here. The trend catcher is green. Great. Whoop-de-doo. EQ cloud's bearish. Reversal zones are bearish. MACD, RSI, wasn't great. The rest of the market wasn't doing too well. This was this little bounce right before the FTX crash, and then crash. Same thing over here. This was just ew. That's all I'm going to say on that. I wouldn't have traded that. This one looked a little bit bullish. This over here at the beginning of 2022, that looked okay. That was a little bit convincing. I'll give you that. And that buy signal, to be fair, would have made you 44% if you had followed it. So not going to knock that. The rest of these buy signals, they weren't really confirmed. I wouldn't have used them. This buy signal, these buy signals, I should say, they were confirmed. They got confirmed right here. If you went to the sell signal when it was confirmed bearish, that's a 40% gain. Lux Algo did a great job. Also on top of that, EQ cloud's bullish. Reversal zones are bullish. But it gets more interesting when you come out to the 3-daily chart. Look at the 3-daily chart here. What do you see? You see the first confirmed buy signal that Cardano has seen in a year, since March 29th or so, somewhere around there, April Fools. Problem with this is that pretty much as soon as the buy signal came in, we hit the resistance and we rejected from it. So really, if you were doing technical analysis on the 3-daily chart here, you would have had to say, okay, look, trend catcher turned green. Great. Buy signal turned green. But wait, we also have to analyze the rest of the market, the rest of the market dynamics. Do you really think that we're going to be able to go into a massive rally when the largest war on European soil just started in 75 years? You can't break through you can't even break into the EQ cloud. You've got this downtrending level of resistance that you can't break. And then you look at a ton of other factors, such as the fact that as you can see here, the MACD was starting to turn bearish. Right there, it had peaked out. RSI was going down. It was below 50. Just nothing there looked good. So this was technically a confirmed buy signal, but with it sitting at this local top right here, when we had the confirmation, you would have to say, okay, we saw the buy signal, trend catcher's green, great, but I also need to see it breaking above this downtrend and also into the EQ cloud to really have the confirmation, because you also have to take the immediate context into mind. Here, though, we have seen a lot of very important things transpire. We've seen a buy signal come in, broke bullish. That's great. By the way, we saw the buy signal happen at the bottom of the trend. That's really interesting. That's the Lux Algo algorithm part of Lux Algo. It stands for luxury algorithm. That's the algorithm part of Lux Algo coming into play. That buy signal came in with not a lot of information. That buy signal came in a very preliminary way that it had not done at all in this downtrend except for this one. This came in because of a major rally. Looking at Lux Algo here, this buy signal in isolation didn't really make a lot of sense, but then we saw the trend catcher turn green, then we saw us break this downtrend, then we saw MACD turn bullish, then we saw RSI breaking above 50. All of those things happened at once, and of course, looking at the context, the rest of the cryptocurrency market was rallying in quite a big way. So this buy signal is, in my opinion, the most important buy signal that Cardano has seen in nearly 2 years, since August of 2021. Before that, to find the next most important buy signal, you have to go back to September of 2020 when Cardano was trading at 8 cents. From there, it rallied to $3.08. So do with that what you will, but I think that Cardano is in an exceptional position right now, and this buy signal is very, very encouraging, especially if Bitcoin continues to break above 22,808, which is what I was hoping for. How about that? Thank you, Bitcoin. How about you stay up here? Love to see it. Remember how I said 22,808 was very important? Let's just look at the 1-minute chart. You see how Bitcoin was testing 22,808 here over and over? Over and over and over and over and over and over and over again. Broke above it 2 minutes ago. Now the volatility is coming. If you'll notice, we are much more volatile right now than we were just a couple of minutes ago. The market's jumping up by tens of dollars and down by tens of dollars every time. That's because the sell wall was right here. That's a pretty easy way to tell where the sell wall was. The sell wall was right here at 22,808. That's the level everybody was looking at. When it got breached, it's kind of that the bulls are on a run right now. Now, the next level, if you're looking at the short-term time and you're trading the 1-minute chart for some god-awful reason, please don't trade the 1-minute chart. The next level you're looking at is 22,909 because that is the level that we set as resistance at 724 this morning. If we break that, rally above that, and we don't have bearish RSI divergence, which is a very serious possibility down here on the minute chart, then you're going to be looking peachy keen. But if you can't break above 22,909 without bearish RSI divergence, then good luck, because you're going to have to find a lot of bullish momentum to maintain that rally. We'll see. We shall see. All right. Lux Algo is such a BA name for that product. It is a great product, and it is a really cool name, and I am a very big fan of it. Sometimes removing Lux Algo and re-adding it helps. Yeah, that does help, but the thing is that wasn't Lux Algo because I couldn't open the settings on anything else. That wasn't on Lux Algo. That was on TradingView. Hi, Jebb. Where did you learn all of this? This is a boatload of info when it comes to trading. Not sure if that's a shill or not, but I'll answer the first part of the question. A lot of you. Look, here's the thing. This is why I created CT2A back in the day, and that's why Club DeFi exists. The way that I learned everything that I know in cryptocurrency was remarkably inefficient. I'm talking remarkably inefficient. I spent not tens, but probably up to 10,000 hours just watching videos, doing this daily. I mean, me making videos daily was part of my experience. That was part of the way that I learned crypto, was making the video. One of the best ways to learn something is to teach it. And so teaching cryptocurrency every day here on YouTube, studying for videos, making videos, watching videos, looking things up. I spent thousands of hours learning all of these different things. It took a long time. That's why I created Club DeFi, and that's why I'm so excited for Club DeFi to launch again, and why I'm so excited for us to have course products back online, because I am a firm believer in the value of time and your efficiency with your time. I can teach you in less than 100 hours what it took me 10,000 hours to learn. Do you want 9,000 hours back? That's why I sell course products. That's why I sell it, because what I'm selling you is your time back, and that is valuable. And that's why 5,000 people bought CT2A, and that's why I'm sure you guys are going to really love Club DeFi, because at the end of the day, what is valuable to you is your time. What's valuable to me is my time. I was able to spend all of that time researching and studying and learning when I didn't even have a job in this, but I was just doing it as a hobby because I wasn't married. I didn't have kids. I have a wife and 2 kids now, and a house and a business to run. Like, luckily, this is my job now, so I get to, as my job, study cryptocurrency, geopolitics, macro, investing, economic, whatever. Most of you guys aren't in that position. Most of you guys, you're not in the position where it's your job. It's literally your entire job to study this market. So I want to help you to learn these things very quickly. That's where Club DeFi comes in. So be on the lookout for that. That will be launching on Monday. Jebb, can you show your audience 1-month Heikinashi Bitcoin candles on TradingView? Sure. Haven't looked at 1-month Bitcoin Heikinashi candles in a while on TradingView. Let's go ahead and do it. If you guys don't know what Heikinashi is, it is a... Basically, it's an algorithm. I forget the exact mechanism that's calculated by, but essentially it's an algorithm that changes the way that the candlesticks are set up from just representing price to kind of representing more of the general trend. Heikinashi 1-month candlesticks on Bitcoin US dollars look very bullish, and I can see right off the bat why you were asking me to show these. This is extremely important, what's taking place here. Essentially what this shows is that the last 2 months we have seen bullishness that we have not seen in quite some time. We have not seen Heikinashi turn green on candlesticks, on 1-month candlesticks on Heikinashi like this since August of 2021. That was 18 months ago. That also means that this is the first time in this entire bull market that we're starting to see a reversal. This is what we saw happen at the beginning of this bull market right here, and then this bull market right here, this rally right here, and this rally right here. That is a pretty substantial movement, actually. And actually, that's something that I may end up making an entire video on, the fact that Heikinashi is looking like that. So let me see. Let me make sure I give credit to who said that, because that is a really, really, really good point. Where are you? Where are you in chat? Who said it? Somebody said it. Jebb, you're related to McAfee antivirus. I am not, but I've been getting that since I was 5. Cardanian said that. Thank you. That's a great point. That's a really great point. And I will definitely continue talking about that. Really, really important. BNBTC Crypto Alert said, morning, Jebb. Hello, good morning. I've told the chat of ATB to get back on you. Have they reached out? Let's check. I will check. Give me 1 second. Give me uno momento. Let's see. YouTube contacts. ATB. I don't think so. I really want to go back on around the blockchain, but of course I have to have an invite. So I would like to go back on. All right. Thank you for answering my question. Perhaps it was a bit of a shill for the second part. My apologies. I just like the track record. Hey, they might be good. I have no idea. I just typically don't shout out products that I'm not familiar with. So I'm not saying that you were necessarily trying to be a shill. I'm just saying that I'm probably not gonna reach out in that direction without knowing what I'm talking about. Leon the Dutch said, sorry about the question, but thanks. What? Sorry for that. No, don't have to be sorry. Doesn't offend me at all. Guys, if you enjoyed today's stream, I want you to do a couple of things. First of all, I want you to get hyped because Club DeFi is coming out, and I'm so excited. It is something that I'm really, really excited for you guys to have, because I want you guys to have some place that you can go and you can learn everything you need to know about cryptocurrency so that you can go and make financial sovereignty for yourself in this cryptocurrency space. Second thing I want you to do, I want you to sign up for Lux Algo using the link in the description box down below. Use coupon code Jebb, J-E-B-B, for 20% off at checkout, because in my 6 years of experience, nearly going on 6 years experience, doing technical analysis almost every single day, at least 5 days a week, in the cryptocurrency markets, Lux Algo is hands down by far the best technical indicator package I've ever put my hands on, and I love it. I love it. I can't give you enough glowing reviews, and I'm very, very excited to be affiliated with them. But at the same time, even if that sponsorship deal, whatever, wasn't there, I love Lux Algo, and you guys know I only take sponsorships and affiliate links and whatnot from people that I really, really trust, and people that I really, really respect and believe in, and products that I use and products that I think that you should use, and Lux Algo is definitely at the top of that list. So make sure you check that out. Ooh, we've got a very important question here before we wrap it out. Crunchy or soft taco? Sarah's looking at me like, Jebb, you better get the right answer, because my wife is half Hispanic here. Soft tacos, because crunchy tacos are not authentic, and I like a burrito. We had a burrito on Monday. Oh, man, I had 2 of them. Oh, man, I can go for a burrito right now. Maybe we'll go to Chipotle. Anyway, we got to go. I got a real good feeling about this year, and I cannot wait to share it with you. Tell me if you'd like to see some gym pics, because I'm back in the gym. If you want to see those, they'll be over on Twitter. Check it out. Links in the description box down below. I got to go because I'm over time. Before I go, though, I do just first want to thank each and every single last one of you for watching, as always, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.